Ladies and gentlemen, Sad Chad episode 3, apparently the new hit show. Everybody's talking about it. We got brand new Patreons. We got merch coming soon as our money problems get out of the way, because we're just like Chad in a sense that we're broke and we're a loser. But we're not going. We go to the gym to work out. We don't go to steal credit cards. You understand? And listen, I appreciate all of the feedback from last week's shows. We did 2 in a row, and all of you guys, the fans, you're right. We thought about putting it behind the paywall, and we were completely wrong about that. We released 2 episodes, and God damn it, if I have to say, we have not gotten that much good feedback in a while. So we're going to continue this thing. It was supposed to come out on Tuesday. I had a very busy day Tuesday. Stancil, of course, is now a star, just like TJ Hawley's a star. He just got off doing what show did you just get done doing, Stancil?
I did In Hot Water with Gino Bisconti, of all people.
That's right. Hey,
what show did I just get done doing? I just
Yes.
finished MLC with the great Kevin Brennan, Levy, and Anthony Zenhauser. And, of course, lovely producer Adam Hineker.
Right. We all love Mr. Adam. Now, look, this show, there will be an immediate, folks, SMC coming up right after
Some would
the
say an
Sad Chat
emergency
show.
SMC.
Yes, it will be emergency.
We'll
It's
save
Mead's
that.
bathroom related. Now,
Save that
Brown
for the-
Snake,
this is not that
save
show.
that for SMC. We will talk, because I have some things to say about that, Brown Snake. This show is all about Chad and how sad he really is.
Very sad.
So
Unfortunate.
I was listening, of course, as I always do, to his show. I was hate listening. So let's we'll listen a little bit at a time, and we'll break it down.
Tubs where you can go in there and do content and sit in there and
house.
crack open a beer and talk on a Twitch stream.
I cannot wait to attend Comedians the Compound on the 27th. I'm gonna go.
He's not going, first of all, folks. He's not going to be there. I don't
Right.
understand the subtle how he can't take a fucking hint. Cumia is sitting there saying 2 or 3 weeks ago, Chad, I'm not in charge. That right. If somebody said to me that right there, Cumia is basically telling him, you're not invited.
he
You're
went
not
past
gonna
that. He went past that.
Oh,
Mr.
yes, that definitely comes. Yes, but
Cumia-
this was weeks ago.
Right.
When he first did it, and he still thinks like, oh, I'm gonna buy tickets, dude. It doesn't matter. It doesn't buy all the tickets you want.
Cumia's obviously a nice guy, and he's done everything short of having to literally say, Chad, do not come. He's like, I don't know. He like laughs anytime he says. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you could read people who don't have autism or bipolar.
All right, so I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate with
Getting
you
ahead of
here,
us.
Stancil.
Okay.
Cumia is, I agree he's a nice guy, but he's a fucking professional. So what he's doing when he's saying that is making his viewers laugh who know the situation. You understand?
Yes,
Like,
I get
like
it.
he's saying, go ahead, come on. We would love to see you there. He said that for the first couple of weeks. And then, maybe you're right, he started to feel bad. When he's saying, I'm going to buy the tickets, but he's still telling them, go ahead. I mean, come on. It's not his decision to make. I mean, Cumia is a nice guy, but Cumia, you can't, let me tell you something. You're not going to get one over on Cumia. So I don't understand these calls, which we're going to get into on further episodes, of course, on Sad Chad Show. It's mind-blowing to me how you would pick up the phone and dial. And besides, every day when Cumia comes on, I'm wrapping up my job, putting away my tools. What the fuck is Chad doing? What is he doing to sit around and wait on the horn? Because Cumia, I've seen Cumia say it under his breath, like, "Look, it's Chad on the line," and then he won't even get to him for another 30 minutes. He's just waiting around, listening to the show for free.
Yeah, listen, Chad can come to the show. Chad can come to the show, and nobody's going to do anything as long as he doesn't.
Oh, I know why no one's going to do anything.
Yeah.
Come on, Chad. Show up in Orlando. We're
Yeah,
going to have
come to
some.
the show. He controls his own destiny. It's that's the thing about all this.
But there is no destiny. That's the problem. It's just a failure, and he's digging his hole deeper and deeper, just like Gino. But we'll get into that on SMC, of course. Let's continue.
Oh, listen, you know me, Ann. I've been around for a while. I've been around. I don't pay for comedy shows. I'm in. I know everybody. But I'm paying for this one. I'm sitting down. I'm getting the whole improv experience. I'm getting appetizer, 2-drink minimum. I'm going to take it all in. I want to see this show. I want to try them out.
More like a 5-drink minimum, you alcoholic. Oh, you're only going to get 2 drinks? Ugh. Brutal.
Mozzarella sticks.
Oh, I'm taking it all in. I'm going to tip 20%. I'm going to use a credit card. It's going to be fucking great. And I'm going to take it. I want to see the magic of Gino. I want to see.
Here's the problem with what he's saying right now. He's trying to be funny, but you can hear the animosity in his voice. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. He's not even making jokes about it. So Cumia was right in saying that, yeah, it sounds like he's threatening that he's going to be there and do something.
Yeah, I don't know. He's also, if you're buying the bar, you're also giving that's going towards the the show that's there. But like I said, I hope he comes and watches the show and is amicable and nothing happens, because that's the best turnout for him.
Oh, as we all, yes, absolutely. Because I did happen to notice no homo here, folks. When I saw you on In Hot Water, I don't know if they were doing some special effects to your arms, but god damn, Stancil, you've been getting built. I don't know if it's from kayaking.
Oh, yeah, just for this moment. I've been waiting for this moment. Hold on. Buy me 2 seconds. I got to reset because I'm poor. Hold on.
Go ahead. Reset. I'm going to play some more of this and talk about it. All right, see what's going on.
I've never seen Gino do stand-up. I've never seen Chrissie do stand-up. I want to see Anthony do stand-up. I want to see Alex Stein do stand-up. I want to see Karl from Who Are These Podcasts. I want to see the comedy from the stage.
Oh, Karl's going to be there.
Okay, so Karl's going to be there, who is very popular. Alex Stein's going to be there, who's very popular. Let me tell you something about those 2 guys. It doesn't matter when they go on stage, folks, if they even land jokes or not. They're funny, okay? People like them. They're popular for a reason. Chad, I want to tell you something, okay? Because I know you watch everything I do, unfortunately, and it's not that you're not funny. It's that you stink as a person. You're an asshole to everyone, and you keep burning bridges. Yeah, you want to go see Alex Stein do stand-up. It's not about him doing stand-up. People want to be there to see Alex Stein because he's a phenomenon, okay? When a man gets on stage, he could go up there and yell whatever he wants or says, maybe he is funny, maybe he's not. But people are going to be happy to be around him. You know why? Because he's a happy guy. He knows how to have fun.
Oh, it's to your point. It's a crazy thing called being likable.
Right, correct, Stancil.
You
That's
know?
exactly what I was
You could
trying
be
to say.
Funniest person in the world, but if you're not likable, nothing matters. So if you constantly talk shit about people and then constantly backpedal, the writing's on the wall. You do it a couple times, anybody will give you a break. But I mean, this is, again, that's the whole reason we're here. This has been going on for a long time.
Too long, as a matter of fact. All right, let's continue a little bit more with this call or his show, whatever he wants to call it.
I didn't know Karl's going to head down there. Okay.
Who Are These Podcasts? He said on his podcast, I just did a whole thing, 30-minute podcast trashing him. Said he's like, I'm going to be there. And he also said, why would I go? Because I'm not.
Go ahead.
Karl will be at the Content House. He will be doing a live WATP from the Content House.
Beautiful.
Anybody watching, anybody hears this in the future, please do a little test. Get the aggregate number of people watching a live WATP at a Content House, and then add up every show Chad's done this year and see which one is more.
Agreed.
That's all.
Agreed. I only subscribe to.
But again, not the right guy. Again, this is what the problem is. Not the right. Pick fights with us. Pick fights with idiots. Why are you picking fights with people that could help you? It makes. And again, I appreciate. It's not being real. Like, oh, he's just being real. It's not being real. It's idiocy. Karl literally had him on his show a couple.
And he
months
blew
ago.
it. He blew it. He
blew
made an
it.
ass of himself. He made an absolute ass of himself.
Your Honor.
Now listen, I
submit to you.
love Karl. Karl has been on this program before, SMC, not the Sad Chad Show yet, which I'm sure he will be a part of, especially after you guys promote in Orlando. But when he was on we're nothing but nice. And are we scared of the guy? No, we like what he's doing. He promotes a great product. Chad just sits on his fucking couch with his captain's hat and thinks it's a good idea to berate legends like Bob Levy or Anthony Cumia. You don't do that. You're going to get destroyed every time and look like a douche. Let me tell you something. I have a lot of, what's the word for it?
Dildos.
No, with that too. But it's not
Pumpkin.
anxiety, it's insecurity. I have that deep down inside. I know for a fact, if I called into Cumia's show with an attitude like Chad and just got destroyed, I would delete the number out of the phone. I would never have the balls to call back into that show. And he keeps on doing it again and again and again. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to break down these calls in the coming weeks. I mean, there's tons of footage that has to happen. I was just very intrigued by this Mondays with Mayr because we have to do an SMC right after this. So let's say a little bit more, and you can tell me when to pause.
Wanted.
Sure.
He said, I'm not wanted there. Because, Karl, I get 1099s from the Orlando Improv. I know the GM, Krista. I'm a comedian.
No one cares that you get the 1099s. You know why? Because you're getting paid when you work. Those guys are having a show. If they don't want you there, you're not going to be there. You can get your 1099s to pay your taxes with somebody else's credit card, unfortunately. Once you work there, you're not going there to work. You're trying to go there as a fan. All right? It's ridiculous.
I work there. You're not a comic. You're a fucking a wannabe Open Anthony Jocktober's fucking what was his day job? He was in marketing. That's who you
Something
are.
like that.
You're in Rochester. That's where you live. Rochester's the worst place in the fucking world.
Where have you lived, Chad? You lived in Cleveland, got fired. You lived in L.A., you basically got banned from all comedy clubs. You work nowhere in New York City. You just visited the city. Did you do any spots? No. You can. You were only coming to see Rage Against the Machine. Aren't you a working comic, supposedly? No, you're not. You work one or maybe two clubs and a couple of bars in Florida. That's it. Where are you going to go from there? Because you're eventually going to get banished from there.
And he's not totally wrong. Karl is not a comic. But here's the thing. It's 2022. Karl just had a sold-out show at one of these venues in New York City the other week. Like
sitting right next to the legend himself, Anthony Cumia.
So it is, my point is, it is like, yes, exactly. This guy, well, he doesn't anymore, God bless him, but yeah, it's all about, because he has fans, because people want to see him, because he's likable and puts out a good product. It's pretty simple. I mean, that's business 101. You put out shit people like, people will come and see you. So, I don't know. Seems like Karl's doing pretty well. He's still growing. He's got 2 shows now, or he's got, he does the Who Are These Podcasts, and he does the live shows. So, I think Karl's doing pretty well from himself. So, I'm sure he doesn't really care what Chad thinks at this point.
Well, I mean,
unfortunately, Chad talking shit about Karl is punching up at this point, which, a bit
brutal.
sad.
Right. And that's all it's come down to. Who's he going to go to next? Godfrey? Who Godfrey had on, Ray DeVito the other day?
Have you been to Rochester?
I've driven through it, yeah.
It's I swear to God, the only entertainment's Wegmans, the grocery store, and garbage plates. That's it. That's it. They have no sports teams, nothing.
They're the home of the.
So he's trashing a place a man's from because they don't have a sports team.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you already said it. Yeah, I mean, he's from Ohio. He's from Cleveland. Anybody, I mean, period, stop. Period, stop.
Kevin made one of,
anybody who's been in Ohio or driven through Ohio or, God forbid, in Cleveland, I mean, enough said. At least Rochester has the garbage plate. Cleveland has crime.
Kevin made one of the best points ever the other day talking about it. He said, Chad should have just stayed in fucking Cleveland. That's it.
Yeah, he was doing well.
Rochester Red Wings are the AAA baseball team.
There's nothing there. And you can shit on Cleveland, but at least there's 3 professional sports teams. Sorry, Vinny Cash. I had to bring up Cleveland.
Well, there's 2. I mean, let's be honest. The Browns are not playing like a pro sports team right now.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, yeah.
and we also have a team named the Guardians that they had to change the name. But no, that's what's interesting because you so in this time, I don't know if you probably talked about it on one of your podcasts, but you called into Cumia's show was it Tuesday?
Yeah.
And you got a lot of that off your chest about Chrissie Mayr and Karl and Gino and Kevin.
And by the way, keeps talking about these people on every podcast. So Chad's going out and saying that he doesn't care about these people. It doesn't bother him. But how come every time Chad releases a podcast, it's either Karl, Chrissie, Kevin, Cumia? He keeps trashing all of these people and saying, "Oh, I don't care what they do. I'm living my best life down here in Cleveland." But frankly, he cannot stop talking about them. I see Billy Wagner's. Thank you, Billy Wagner, for the logo. It's beautiful. New shirts will be out next week when I can afford them.
Kevin didn't want to be on the air when you were calling it.
Nobody has the balls to do it. Everybody sucks up to Cumia and sucks his dick, and I don't. And I'm not. I'll just say what I want to say.
Good one, boss.
Yeah, so I'm doing what a lot of people are saying. Chrissie stinks. She does. She's just not good, and he's an enabler.
Again, Chrissie travels to Texas. She travels to Nevada. All around the country with dates, Chad. You're working the funny fish bone, wherever the fuck it is in Florida. She's got a career. You can blame Frank all you want for that, but at the same time, look, she's busting her fucking ass out there. What are you doing? Sitting at home being a drunk.
We need to get Chad. Chad just needs his own Frank. That's all. Chad needs a Frank.
Chad, you know what, Stancil?
Chad
You're
needs
right.
someone to help him, for the love of God. Somebody needs to help Chad.
Where's Ken Mosca when you need him, Chad?
And he pays her money, and it's sad. He surrounds himself with ass kissers, and that's what it is. And I don't give a fuck. So yeah.
Okay. You don't give a fuck, but you talk about it on every fucking podcast, Chad. Every podcast you come out with, this is all you talk about because you have nothing else going on. Nothing. Zip. You stink. Get better, as you like to say. I stole that from Chad.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I don't give a shit.
Oh, cool.
Do you think Gino gets fired?
No.
Do you believe Kevin lost his $100 a week gig being a guest on the Cumia show?
Here's the thing about Kevin, and I'm not like, I worked with the guy closely for a year and a half. I know him very well.
You were a guest on a Zoom show. You didn't work with him. You guys did one date in Tampa.
On and off.
That's a good
mic.
point. Never in
He's
studio.
difficult to deal with, and at the end of the day, he's just out for money. He just wants your money. That's it. And so I know what he's doing. I'm not like,
that part kind of irked me. He just wants
hold
your
on.
money.
I was just gonna say to pause, if I may. I'm sorry, but yes, exactly. Ski Mask, what has Kevin's hashtag been for the better part of a decade now?
Donate!
Thank you. Yes, that's the whole bit, you fucking idiot. That's his whole fucking thing. He's got a family. That's why it's funny, you fucking idiot. That's the whole point. Yes, he makes
got
it clear.
a family.
It's fucking hilarious. A podcaster that actually doesn't bullshit and says directly to the listeners, he just wants your money. That's fucking hilarious. That's
It's great.
Nobody else
and
on
it's
his
great.
level.
It's great. Because he goes to donate when he's sober, Chad, and not in the gym locker rooms stealing credit cards. Ooh, I know the credit card bit gets old, but let me tell you something, Chad, and Stancil can attest to this. In Atlantic City, Kevin was one of the best hangs ever. We clapped for him all the way up to the stage. I helped him get a burger, and we had a fucking ball with the man.
You put him
He's
to
not a
bed.
piece of shit. It was one of the best fucking nights of my life. All
And
right.
he took all your money at the poker table. But
He
that
did
was
take all my
that
money
was
at
all
the
in
poker
good fun.
table. Oh, of course. I didn't give a fuck. And then he gave it to some whores. Hilarious. And he didn't do anything with him. He just did it because in spite.
He's like Robin Hood.
Exactly. Let's do a little bit more of this.
I don't see the magic Kevin Brennan like a lot of people do anymore. Like I see behind the curtain of all this shit. Once you see how the sausage is made, you're not impressed.
Well, you
I've
said that
seen how
about
the
Bert Kreischer,
sausage is
too.
made.
Yeah.
Hold on. I've seen how the sausage is made, and it's made it even funnier because it's the real deal. Chad's
Right.
like the Polar Express. He can't hear the Kevin Brennan bell anymore.
And he worked with him for over a year and doesn't get it. Listen, I found out about Kevin through Artie Lang, and I heard the bell whistles immediately. I said, I like this guy. He gets straight to the fucking point. He doesn't give a shit. And the thing about Kevin is, even when you and I were going back and forth on Twitter the other night, I'm saying to myself, it's all in good fun. Like, Kevin may be shitting on you, but he knows if he needed you and called on you, you're standing by, standing down.
Sure. Cover that on SMC. We'll save that for that.
We will.
Yeah, I it's the illusion's gone. It's gone. And the same with those guys. They're gonna milk this fight or whatever the fuck it was. They're gonna milk it, both of them, for who knows how long.
Forever.
Do you think that means also that Ray DeVito is gunning for a compound gig or something?
Ray DeVito's not even on my fucking radar. Guys, it's just the desperation.
Pause.
I mean, he's just trying to.
Ray DeVito has a monthly show at the Stand. He also travels and does dates. Just want to put that on record.
Yes, Stancil, you're correct. Ray DeVito is a respected comic, and who travels to do shows because you know what? He's trying to make a career out of it.
Right.
And to be frankly fair, I'll say it right here, right now. I went to his taping of his special, and he was hilarious on stage. So, who wasn't? Chad at Kevin's Roast.
Insert himself in all this drama. It's just like, dude, give it up already. It's over. It's over, dude. It's over. You're clinging to Kevin. It's not working, bro. It's just not working.
Yeah, this is
And this is what I want to bring
children.
up. Definitely children. Let me pull this one up.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, Jamie
Even
Kennedy
I
just
don't have
texted
my,
me. How about that for a
Right.
name drop?
Look at
Jamie
that.
Kennedy just texted me.
Are you getting
Jamie
what
Kennedy's
was
the
it,
name of his like parole officer.
Sounds like it. Who has ringtones going off in the middle of a fucking show?
the show?
Yeah,
Zapped,
unbelievable.
punked.
Zapped. William Zapka.
Y'all been zapped.
Oops.
Nope.
I pulled up
More
the text messages
brutal.
accidentally.
Wasn't his phone number though.
No. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Make sure you give out phone numbers because that's one good thing for content.
By the way, it's not like it's the 90s where that's your only form of communication. Like, you can get a hold of anybody at this point through any social media platform. So
Pause.
giving out a phone number is not a big deal.
Again, missing this guy misses more fucking punchlines than a hammered bitch at a bachelorette party. That's the whole point. Like, you can give out your number, it doesn't matter. People can DM me on Instagram. People can talk to you on Twitter now. That's why it's not that big of a deal. It's annoying for a minute, maybe. But look at even Kevin Brennan gets a handful of texts a day. Like,
Yes,
and
of
he's
course.
fucking was on it. Like, no, but it's not a. That's the whole point, Chad. Jesus Christ. Follow along.
And Chad thinks that all of these fans out here are just insane nuts. Now, look, they are a few of them, but we're not going out there and actively trying to. The only time I ever text Kevin Brennan, which I do have his phone number. I've had it for a while. I sent him a Twitter DM. You know, it's not a big deal to have a phone number out there unless somebody's trying to steal your identity. Anyways, I will continue this just a little bit more. Are you sure this is the timestamp I sent you? Because I want to hear when he says a bad
It really
word.
isn't.
We should do it, Chad. We should do a podcast where we obscure famous people's phone numbers in our phone. They can have contacts. Just like,
Hilarious.
look who I have, and then we just go back and forth. It's like,
wow.
look,
Who do I? Who doesn't call me back?
Here's this person. Here's this famous person, and we just do that. And people are like, "Is this a bit? When is this going to stop?" And then we just, all right, that's it for today's Mondays with Mayr. Catch you next week.
You see this tweet right here? He has me blocked, so I had to open up a fake account. John Melendez.
The number one person on Twitter.
Collide.
The number one person on Twitter and in the podcasting world who bitches constantly about these fake accounts and these fake names suddenly has a fake account.
He had to
No
make it. If you
problem.
know.
Oh, he had to make a. I wonder what it is. Oh, a fake account. When we're nobodies because we go by fake names. Yeah, because we got real jobs, motherfucker.
It's not even that. Everybody, I mean, look at any. Well, it's a whole other side, but any comedy lineup, 90% of the names are not there. What's on their driver's license? But that's besides the point.
Absolutely, Stancil.
That's besides the point. I mean, if he had any brain whatsoever. And he can take this, and I won't take credit for it. Him or either of them, between them, maybe they have half a brain. If him and John don't do a special show together once a week or every other week, they're leaving fucking money on the table.
Right. But he doesn't have the balls to trash his own self because his ego gets in the way every fucking time. Why do you think he kept wearing the fucking... All right, whatever. I didn't forget what I was gonna. I didn't forget what I was gonna say. I saw Stevie Lou's chat. That made me laugh. Yeah, let's continue a little bit more of this. There was one part of it. Look at that timestamp I sent you again, just to make sure.
Timestamp was 10 something.
He wrote Cumia arrested, Levy arrested, Hatley arrested, Zumock arrested. Notice the trend. What's the trend?
My radio job, and
It's nothing gayer than that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He needs something going. He needs a buzz over there because all his programming stinks. All of it.
Oh, does it?
what do we do in the days before
You're talking about
we had
Cumia?
built-in content
Yeah.
like this? Because the one thing I always remember about the Stern Show was they would have two different types of content. It would either be what's going on in the news or what insanity on our staff or the whack pack that we can kind of talk about. So they would
Tony
have shows
Mazer
where
blows.
they are talking about what's
I like
happening.
the
in
guy
the
problem
news,
with
what's-
Tony
what's
Mazer.
I have
newsworthy.
no problem with him at all.
And then other
You just-
episodes would
But
be
with
Stuttering
Chad,
John,
he blows.
went on Conan and embarrassed
Pause,
himself,
pause,
or
pause.
Hold on.
Beetlejuice
One
went
sec,
on a
one sec.
date, or a cat.
Go ahead.
No, I just was going to say Tony Mazer's doing what a host does is getting shit out of Chad. In my opinion, I have no problem with Tony Mazer.
I've never had
Tony Mazer. Again, as with anybody, they can talk as much shit about me or whatever as they want, which he does here and there. But I don't care. It's more so less what Chad says about me and about what he does, to other people.
Well,
And
it's
so-
what the whole reason we're doing this is because of what Chad does behind the scenes. If you're gonna talk shit, Chad, do it on the fucking air. Don't be sending
Right.
people text
and then
messages,
don't apologize
DMs.
afterwards. or
Yeah.
beg them
Oh,
not
I'm
to fly to
sorry.
Tampa.
Oh, I didn't mean it for it to come off that way. Be funny. Just be funny. You
Or double
fucking
down,
hack.
Double down and go full heel. He's living in this purgatory. You gotta just do it. Go full heel or make amends with everybody and go that way. But it's just so gay to talk and double back and then keep talking shit and then
We're approaching 30 minutes, Stancil, so we'll finish it off on this clip here.
finish it off and then we'll live.
Captain Jenks called into Larry King and was impersonating somebody else. So it would always be like in-house content, and it's just evolved, or I guess in some ways devolved from there, where we're creating our own in-house content. It's almost like we should make a content house somewhere in like Orlando.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Content house. It's nothing gayer than that. Content house. It's so gay. Anybody in that fucking content house is a faggot.
That's Cumia, Gavin McGinnis.
Content house. It's so gay. Anybody in that fucking content house is a faggot. Everybody in there, every single person that goes.
They are talking about what's happening in the news.
He's talking about people who get clicks. You understand? There's a reason why people are invited there. People who are fun, like to have a good time. You know there's not going to be any fights, any drama, any bullshit. So to say that about Alex Stein, yourself,
well, I'm not
Chrissie, Cumia himself, it's not only rude, it's disgusting to me. When I heard that, that's why I texted you yesterday. I said, remember this timestamp.
And again, but like we were saying, those are you can't walk that back. It's one thing to be saying, oh, yeah, like fucking good-natured ribbing as your BFF Bobby Kelly likes to do, where you're saying funny shit about somebody, you know. It's another thing to blatantly say, I mean, you can play it again. He literally said anybody there is a faggot. That's
what he said.
That's not a punchline, and it's not like a bit. It's just being a dick, and he's going to, again, try to walk it back.
Of course he will. I'm sorry. I've been nothing but loyal to you, Cumia. You just called the man a faggot. You can't do that. If we get banned for this show, that's fine. It's a new show. Now, listen, I'll wrap it up on this before we get to the regular Ski Mask Collective production. But Teamster Tim on the shout out to the Brown Snake interview series. Great episode, hour 42 minutes of just greatness with those two guys.
That's a lot more than 23 minutes.
Yeah, he said it best. But they were talking about the N-word. There's no, like, in this day and age, there is a way to make the N-word funny. There is. And that the same thing has come with the saying faggot. There's a way to make it funny. That was just downright being hostile and rude and just disgusting and almost, if you ask me, a little jealousy. So,
sure,
you know, he's losing his mind, Stancil. Listen, everybody, this has been
we're reaping all the benefits.
Reading on the benefits. Oh, who's going to be there? Alex Stein, 200-something thousand followers. Chrissie Mayr, a lot more, twice as many followers, 3 times as many followers that she didn't have to pay for, Chad. Anthony Cumia, radio legend. Jim Stancil himself will be in the fucking house.
Unbelievable.
Brittany Venti will be there.
Wow.
I mean, it's going to be a packed house. If you don't fuck Brittany Venti, I'm sort of going to slap the shit out of you.
Only in my dream. And only in my dream.
Oh, my God. It's just, we just keep piling on. We keep piling on.
I mean, my talents have no end.
You have a lot of talents.
Sure.
And you have to know that. So, go check out the Brown Snake interview series with, of course, Teamster Tim. Great show. And keep on tuning into this. We'll be continuing it, hopefully, every week on Tuesdays.
Forever.
Until then,
to the end of
Stancil,
time.
anything you have to say?
That's it, baby. That's it.